Hey everybody, Brent Florica here. Welcome back to Sketchbook B. Today I have a really exciting episode ahead for you that I've worked really hard to put together. I'm assembling my entire Dude Perfect as Heroes montage poster thing here. But first, before we get into the actual assembling of the poster, why don't we do a brief run through of all of the drawings that we did that led up to this compilation here. So first up was Tyler TT Tony, the sort of face of Dude Perfect, really. And I drew him as Marvel's Red Hulk. I think his Rage Monster character just sort of fit perfectly with that. And since he's always wearing red, that was just a logical extension as well. Had a lot of fun with this one with my brush pen. Just relaxed into it. Was really loose with the line work. Had a lot of fun. And I'm really happy with how the colors came out too. Tried to blend some oranges with the reds to get a more rich tone for the skin. And I was really happy with the result. Next up was the tall guy, Cody Jones. And for this one, I decided to draw him as DC Comics Plastic Man. And because Cody is this, tall, lanky dude, always wearing sunglasses, kind of a goofball, I thought that Plastic Man was a really good fit for him. And I had a lot of fun just messing around with the goofy proportions and, planning ahead for how this would interact with the other characters in the poster. Next up was one I was really looking forward to, and that was the Purple Hoser, Garrett Hilbert, as Marvel's Galactus. This one was so much fun. Because Garrett's such a neat freak, I thought it would be fun to do a play on Galactus when he's not the Destroyer of Worlds, but rather the Life-Bringer. I used a broom in this one to make him sort of Garretus, Sweeper of Worlds, as opposed to Destroyer of Worlds. So this one I had a lot of fun with the kind of purple and gold color scheme. It turned out better than I'd hoped, so I'm really happy with the result on this one. Next up was the twins. I started with Corey because I decided to draw him as Marvel's Pietro Maximoff, aka Quicksilver, a speedster character. Because the twins are just such high energy guys, I thought this would be a good fit. And Pietro Maximoff actually is a twin in the comics, so I thought that also tied in nicely. Really simple suit, but really enjoyed the way it turned out. Super happy with it. And finally, we have the other twin in DP, which is Cody. Super happy with this one too. This was a bit of an intense suit with all the details, but I drew him as the Flash from DC Comics, the Future Flash suit, which for me is one of the coolest ones in my opinion. Lots of details. Trying to create the glow effects was really interesting with the Copic markers, but I'm pretty pleased with the result. And then I would go and do some digital stuff later to add sort of more glow to it. So finally, we are moving on to Sketchbook Pro. Just bringing in all of the characters to start and trying to arrange them as I go in a way that kind of makes sense. I had a rough plan going in for what I wanted to do. Minor touch-ups had to be made to each character as I sort of brought them in. But on the whole, I was thinking of putting Ty in the front, then the twins, and then Garrett and Cody in the back. Because I intended to do this here with Cody giving the, bunny ears to Galactus. I thought that would just be funny since Galactus is just such a serious character. It would just be a bit of fun there. As I laid them in, though, I started to realize that tie in the front, because the Hulk is such a massive character, it just kind of overcrowded everything else, and I didn't really get to see much of the twins, so I decided to make an adjustment and put Ty in the middle, sort of sandwiched between everybody, and that way the twins in the front, you can see all the detail on the suits, and Ty still has a pretty commanding presence in the middle there, and I like this better. I think it balanced it out. I put a little bit of a haze in between the layers of characters, just so that they kind of popped out a little bit more against each other. I switched it to more of a black because I thought that was a little more subtle while still achieving that sense of depth. And then I started playing around with the background. Wanted to do something a little bit more interesting, add some texture, add some color, which I did with some various brushes from Sketchbook Pro. And on the whole, I was really excited with how this turned out. Had a lot of fun with it. You can see I'm adding the glow effect here. I had a little bit to do on each of them. I added these glows here for Cody's suit. I used some a little bit of a fade effect on Corey as a speedster, so it looks like he's kind of like blurring into position from going super fast. You saw there I added the glow effect to Garrett's eyes and some flame here to Red Hulk. As he gets madder, he gets hotter. So yeah, it was a lot of fun putting this together. Really hope you enjoyed it, and thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for joining me at Sketchbook B. Really hope you enjoyed this piece. I had so much fun with it. Please like if you did, and share and comment and subscribe, all those good things. Thank you so much. I'm going to be taking a break on the channel for the month of September. I have a little one on the way later this month, so we appreciate your prayers for that whole process. Really excited, obviously, but wanted to make sure I carved out enough time to, be ready for that and to be available for that. Also, I'm looking to return to making videos and stuff on the channel, to putting up my content for Inktober this year, in October. Really excited. I'm coming up with some ideas now for what I could do to make it a little bit more interesting than just kind of following the prompts. But more on that later as I get ready to make that set of videos in October. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell hit, so that when I do start posting again, you are notified and don't miss out. Otherwise, you can follow me on all of my social medias on Instagram and Facebook, or join my mailing list at brentflorica.com, so you're up to speed on everything that I've got going on creatively, including my book that I am working on right now. It was successfully kickstarted. Thank you so much to everybody who contributed to that. You're all amazing, and I'm just so grateful for all of the support to get this project off the ground. There have been some new developments with it that I think are, at first, seem like problems, but I think in the end are going to be opportunities to make this even better than I think it would have been otherwise. So I'm going a different route now than publishing. I'm actually printing it myself at a local printer here, and that way I think I can keep the costs down a little bit more, but make it the way that I want it a little bit more also. So really excited for that. Again, check out all my social medias to stay tuned, or my Kickstarter page for updates. The link will be in the description. So thank you so much, everybody. Really appreciate the support. Still hoping that we can reach that 50 subscriber mark by the end of the year, but we'll see how we do. Anyway, thank you, everybody, and take care.